Và ngay giờ đây xin được trân trọng kính mời quý vị chúng ta đến với phần trình bày của giáo sư Kim Yong Whan đến từ Đại học Seoul, Hàn Quốc. Và giáo sư Kim Yong Whan đồng thời cũng là CEO của Phòng Nông, một công ty con của tập đoàn AgRITECH. Vâng ạ. Và ngay giờ đây giáo sư sẽ đến với chúng ta với phần chuyên đề xu hướng công nghệ nông nghiệp toàn cầu và làn sóng mới tại Hàn Quốc trong lĩnh vực này. Xin một tràng pháo tay cho giáo sư.
Xin chào. Good morning and 안녕하세요. I was surprised that so many people understand Korean here. So, 안녕하세요. So I try to learn Vietnamese as well. So actually, so when I was asked to prepare this presentation, originally it was 1 hour lecture, 1 hour presentation, and it was now reduced to 20 minutes. So this will be a big challenge for me to digest all my contents in 20 minutes. So this session is tourism and AgTech. There are big relations between the AgTech and tourism because one of the key components of tourism is food, good food. So to produce good food, you need good AgTech. So I think in the sense this is quite well linked together. So today, my presentation is Global AgTech Trend and the Korean New Wave in the Field. So I'm working for the Seoul National University, and then then I worked for the AG Group. So based on my experience for the last 25 years in this area. So let me start with these two photos. One is, left side is just 1900, this in New York, Fifth Avenue, and another one is after 12 years, it's the same street, Fifth Avenue in New York. You can see the big differences. One is left side, all the horse-driven carriage, and after 12 years, there was no horse. In 1900 years, there are almost 300,000 horses in New York. As you can imagine, how to clean the road. But just 12 years, there was a big change. That is so-called disruptive technology. So, what kind of disruptive technology in agricultural sector? I think already in 20th centuries, we have 4 disruptive technology, which is hybrid seed, you can agree on this, and mechanization, and fertilizer, and crop protection pesticide. So, what will be the next disruptive technology in agriculture sector? That will be my discussion point today. You may know this photo very well because he is a Nobel Prize winner of peace in 1970 because the breeding of the feed, the high yield of feed. So he received, and then he saved almost 1 billion people from hunger. There was a big change during the 20th centuries. Unfortunately, the rate of point is not good. So let me explain. 1910, the world population was just 1.2 billion. After then, what happened? For the first time, chemical fertilizer was synthesized, like ammonia, by carbohydrate method. So, and then population grows quite a lot. So, 1930s, 40s, the first synthetic pesticides was developed, like you know very well, organic chlorine or organic pesticide. And then, 1960s, green revolution by new variety development. And then 1990, GMO, and then now the fourth industrial revolution in agricultural sector. So, why agriculture is so important? So I'd like to repeat what Dr. Roman Bloch said. The first essential component of social justice is adequate food for all mankind. I think this is a definitely important part. Without food, we cannot survive. Without car, we couldn't live. Without mobile phone, yes, somebody can survive, but still we can survive, I think. So the food is so important. Then, what kind of food we need? Affordable price, good quality, and enough food. This is the big challenge for us, ahead of us. So let me show you this one. So this is the key point, what I would like to talk. Agriculture megatrend and the global AgTech in value chain and AgTech in Korea, and then my personal suggestion for all of you. I accepted the slide from the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland this year in February. There are just a key message here. Population is still growing, and it will reach around 9.7 billion by 2050. And then still, the cereal production is around 2 billion metric ton, and then the demand will be 3 billion metric ton. That means still we have a yield gap, 1 billion metric ton. So this is a key challenge. And the environment is even challenging, like a climate change, and then water scarcity. And this is a key challenges. So especially in case of the water, we are fighting against other industry as well. Because around 70% of water on Earth is being used for agriculture. But other industry want to use more water as well. Let's say, like California. In some cases, California government do not allow to cultivate the rice because water scarcity issues. Australia, same. So what is the key mega trend in this area? I selected 5. So something could be country specific, but I tried to select the more common part. So because of the time constraint, I will just select some key points. One is global economy, free trade. So one good example is currently China and US trade issues. Also US and Europe trade issues. So according to the yesterday news, Spain growers are struggling to solve the issue because US government set a 25% tariff on Spanish olive oil. So this is a big challenge. So what is the important part is food safety. Also, I think that I will repeat again later, but this is so important for Vietnam because Korea is one of the key import of Vietnamese coffee, around $70 billion per year we are importing from Vietnamese. So food quality is so crucial. So how can you guarantee this kind of things? So definitely you need the high-tech investment in agricultural sector in this area, analytical part. And the commodity price, since year 2012, global commodity price is decreasing. So this is a big burden for some multinational companies. That's the reason why multinational companies are merged together, like Syngenta and Bayer Monsanto, and Dow and DuPont, and FMC. They are big changes. So these kind of things are still ongoing, and most important part is climate change. So what does it mean, climate change? You need to produce more under the more severe environment. So to cope with this one, so you can use smart farm, so indoor farm. So you can control all the agricultural environment if you can grow these kind of things, especially for vegetables. Vegetables is a perishable. So if we can produce near the consumption area, that will be really good. This is the trend worldwide. Technology driver. I don't need to mention about this one. But just in agriculture sector, we call it ICDM. Sometimes it's called intercontinental ballistic missile. But in agricultural sector, it's IoT and cloud computing and big data and mobile. All this one. So already it is being realized, and also I have some good veterans companies. I think there's 3. So the Mimosa Tech is already quite well advanced company in this area. And then a demographic change. Still, Vietnam is quite a young country. I think average age is around 30. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But Korea, Japan, average age is almost 40. Also, global average age, Korea, Japan, over 65. So, who will be the next generation growers? Who will take over the agriculture in the next 10 years? That is the big challenge for the aging countries. So this demographic change is a really important part. And then definitely we need to make agriculture much easier. And then how can we make agriculture easier? This is all about AgriTech. Former times, my ancestors, my parents, if we want to do some agricultural work, you need to learn from your ancestors, your parents. But now, you don't need to that. In some cases, just you can push the button, like indoor farming. Everything is the big data and then algorithm. So that's a new wave of agriculture. So definition of farmers will be changed. And they're already being changed. So what is the relationship between land and grower? What is the definition of grower? The big difference is from now and then probably the next 10 years or 15 years. So what's AgriTech? AgriTech is composed of a range of technology using agricultural value chain from seed production and farming to food processing. In other words, before farming, when farming, after farming, all these things is a part of agricultural technology. And then especially sensor, big data, IoT. This is a really important component of AgriTech. Because based on this, agriculture will be much easier. So, wow, the agricultural AgriTech adoption is increasing so fast. So one is population growth. Second one is climate change. And then dietary change is also important because dairy farm is one of the key sources of greenhouse gas emission because of the methane gas. Methane gas is more around 30 times powerful than carbon dioxide. So some countries like the US, they are developing so-called plant-based meat. That kind of things are already is one of the emerging opportunities. And another one is the price of sensor and LED. Price is getting cheaper. So now this is much easier to use this technology in the agricultural sector. So what's the global trend? This slide is coming from the McKinsey Global Industry Analysis. You can see the bottom. That is agriculture. So red means adoption rate is low. The green means high adoption of digital technology. So for example, ICT industry, definitely the ICT adoption is quite high, digital technology is quite high. But still, agriculture and hunting is the bottom. That means we have great opportunity. Because at the moment, we have almost nothing. But once we use this technology, we adopt this digital technology in our agriculture sector, there will be a great opportunity. So in agriculture, I think, personally, we have a great opportunity. So where this kind of key agriculture technology is coming from? So I reviewed this kind of things from basically from Egg Funder classification, And then there are a couple of things. One is a smart farm, sensor with ICBM, and then plant and soil microbes. So nowadays, the soil microbes is so important from the environment. Like indigo. Indigo is one of the big unicorn companies. So very much focus on the seed coating with microbes, microorganisms. So that kind of things. And then business model is being changed. Like some multinational companies, they are not just supplying seed or crop protection agrochemicals. They are integrated with some technology and educate people and also farm management support, etc. So integrated. And the genome editing. I think that this will be one of the key game changer. So probably, the lady, the professor who developed this genome editing technology for the first time in year 2012, she will be the one hopeful for Nobel Prize. This year she failed, but next year very likely. And climate change, and then aquaculture for another protein source. And then food safety, again, I want to emphasize this food safety, traceability, and technology. And then you can use blockchain technology here. And then especially if we want, Vietnam is one of the important exporting countries. So definitely you need to invest in food safety part. So actually I used this slide from CD Inside, and then I found one Vietnamese company here. This is a Mimosa Tech. So one of the important IT companies to IoT company. So you need to be very proud. Already Vietnamese companies are changing the farm worldwide. So this slide is coming from the very famous machine company, agricultural machine company. It's John Deere. John Deere just originally just produced tractor, but now they integrate all these other components, so-called system of systems. So they integrate planting and then some software all together. So now they are also machine, the visioning machine, integrate everything. So just a one-stop solution for growers. So vertical farming, we are expecting 6.4 billion US dollars. So this is a growing market. So in case of the smart farming, we have 4 different stages. So probably you may know very well about this. And this is exactly the same as Mr. Ha introduced me. I worked for LG Group, and then I have a chance to visit LG Electronics factory as well. And then factory, smart factory, start exactly the same: monitoring, control, optimization, and autonomy. All same. So one way it starts from the beginning is monitoring. If you don't have a good monitoring system, your control will be nothing. If you don't have a good control system, it's not possible to optimize all these things. So, always starting with a good monitoring system, what to monitor, how to monitor. That's the key part. Yesterday, I had a particular discussion with Mr. Tree from the Mimosa Tech. We talk about the monitoring, how to monitor the nitrate in the water. Because if we can recycle nitrate in greenhouse, it will save the environmental issues, and also farmers can save the money because they can use optimum fertilizer. So that kind of things. So monitoring is always a starting point. So because of time, so there are many solutions, etc. So this is one area. And the controlling, yeah, definitely. In case of controlling, the key part is energy. We call it energy bag. heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. This is a key part. And optimization. Sometimes, so in this industry, it's the forgot the ROI, return on investment. So if you can build a good luxury greenhouse, and you can produce good vegetables. But always you need to think about the value capture. Value capture means, how can I get profit from this one? So always in this optimization process, definitely you need to think about return on investment. So automation, so this is the next generation. And then now, even in South Korea, the last week, one agricultural machine company, so-called LS Emtro, they developed the autonomous tractor with AG Nucleus, the telecommunication company. So this kind of things is not far away, just very near. Like a drone technology. Drone technology will be one of the good and most important part in agricultural sector. For example, in Korea, paddy field, rice field, most of the farmers are using drone to apply agrochemicals. So farmers, they don't need to go into the paddy field. Just they can push the button, then the drone will fly over the paddy field. That kind of things. Also, software side, software as a service. There are some different three sectors. One is the integrated solution provider like the egg machine companies, or independent startup like a farmers business network. Farmer Business Network is a very interesting company in US. They change all the supply chain. Traditionally, the formulators sell the product to wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, and retailer goes to growers. This farmers business network, they skip wholesaler and retailer. They are selling directly to growers. This is like Amazon in agricultural sector. So you need to think about that kind of business model as well. But in case of the input provider platform, you know the very well about Bayer or BASF or Corteva. Corteva is a new name of DuPont and Dow and Syngenta. They have their own platform. But it is really difficult because who will pay the money? Who will pay for this? Because, you know, especially small countries like Korea, Japan, growers, they are not supposed to pay for this kind of service. Even Syngenta, recently, they bought one platform company in Eastern Europe. And their business model is not to receive the membership fee from the growers. Their business model is to sell more existing their product. That kind of thing. So you need to think about always the business model. So AgTech. So I have a couple of things. So this is a Phòng Nông. So until last year, I was the CEO of this Phòng Nông. Phòng Nông is the company of AgRiTech. So this is the strawberry cultivation in greenhouse. So in case of greenhouse, always we need to check the synthesis, photosynthesis level is very linked to the yield. So under the what conditions, photosynthesis is maximized. That kind of things. So we collect all the information, and then we did the pilot trials with the Korean farmers, and then we are very excited about this kind of technologies. So just a grower can get all the information using this mobile. So all the data are collected in there. And then when to apply the agrochemicals, and then when to harvest, and the harvest yield, etc. will be collected into the system. Second one, so-called NC. It's a novel farming system. You can see the container. This container is It's kind of greenhouse. So it is equipped all the elements like LED and the carbon dioxide and temperature, all things, and the moisture control, all things. And then just the growers push the button. Then after 4 weeks later, he can get the produce like a lettuce. And the productivity-wise, according to anything, is a 40 times productivity versus conventional production system. 40 times. Of course, you need to think about the investment. But even though the ROI is minimum 20%, in some cases, 20 times ROI. Depends on the crop. So these kind of things, currently, still the sales revenue is not that big, but next year they are expecting almost $20 million. Just developing this kind of things, and they are importing this module to Middle East. Because the Middle East, the cultivation condition is quite bad. So if you can use this one, just you need electricity. And the third one is a farm resource management. As I mentioned from the beginning, so Korea demographic change, growers are getting old. So in rural area, it's quite difficult to find the right labor forces. So this is the program, this platform is to match between city and rural area. So probably you can visit booth 72, then you can get more clear information about this technology. And then this one. I want to talk about this one. Oh, why? Okay. Again, Vietnam is one of the important agricultural produce exporting countries. So you need to think about food safety. And then one of the Seoul National University professors are very eager to collaborate with Vietnam University or Vietnam startup company. So if you have any interest, then just let me know. Because just one time you can analyze 400 different pesticides in one sample. So that kind is so important. So, for example, in Korea, so if the pesticide is not registered in Korea, you can't export that produce. So actually, we had some cases in Vietnamese coffee. So now we are solving this kind of issues. So definitely, you need good laboratory to analyze all these kind of things. So time is coming. So this is based on my experience. So first, there are many people from agricultural sectors. They are too much focused on their domain knowledge. That means agricultural science knowledge. But sometimes, definitely you need other area as well, like a platform technology, IT technology, because you need to collaborate. And also, from agricultural science background, you need to understand agricultural business. What I mean is agricultural marketing. So this will give us a great opportunity. So this is the key question, based on my personal experience. Always, is it unique? Is it economically viable? Or is it scalable? Is it agile? Because sometimes you need to change your crop. So you need agile enough. Or is it responsive? It's a smart farm technology. So you need to make a decision at the right time. So this morning, during the opening ceremony, so Da Nang City wants to keep the ecosystem of Da Nang, and then also high-tech in agriculture sector. So which one is the right answer? I think both. We need both. So this is my final slide. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your sharing with the team. Yeah. Vâng, xin trân trọng cảm ơn phần trình bày của giáo sư Kim rất nhiều. Và kính thưa quý vị, giáo sư đã chia sẻ với chúng ta về cái nhìn tổng quát ở xu hướng nông nghiệp toàn cầu và câu chuyện tại Hàn Quốc. Vậy thì khởi nghiệp nông nghiệp công nghệ cao ở Việt Nam sẽ như thế nào?